Welcome to Miss Scarlett. Subscribe and don't miss out on Patreon. Have fun! The sun shined on the ancient temple, hidden deep within the lush jungle. Julius, a rugged and adventurous explorer in his late 30s, approached the temple steps with a sense of excitement and trepidation. He wiped the sweat from his brow, his eyes narrowing as he took in the intricate carvings that adorned the temple's entrance.
This place is untouched, pristine. Whatever is inside has likely been dormant for centuries.
He spoke to his colleague, Marcus, who followed closely behind, carrying a bulky backpack filled with tools and equipment. Marcus, a younger man with a keen interest in archaeology, replied with a hint of awe in his voice.
This temple is said to be dedicated to a forgotten goddess of transformation. Legends speak of a curse that befalls those who dare disturb her resting place. Julius scoffed, a hint of arrogance in his tone. Superstition and folklore. We're scientists, Marcus. Our job is to separate fact from fantasy. Now, let's get inside and see what treasures await. The two men ventured into the temple, their footsteps echoing off the ancient stones. As they moved deeper, the air grew heavier, and the carvings on the walls took on a more feminine form, depicting a powerful deity with an array of supernatural abilities. Look at these etchings, Marcus. They're incredibly detailed. I think we might be the first outsiders to lay eyes on them since their creation. Julius traced his fingers along the intricate designs, his voice filled with wonder despite himself. Marcus nodded, his eyes wide as he took in the surroundings. The goddess depicted here is known as Shalimar. According to local legend, she possessed the ability to reshape reality and bend the rules of nature to her will. Further into the temple's inner sanctum, they discovered a hidden chamber. The room was filled with soft, glowing light that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. At the far end, a stone pedestal stood, and upon it rested a beautiful mirror, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly aura. Julius approached the mirror, his breath quickening. This must be what we're here for. A magical artifact like this could fetch a king's ransom back home. As he reached out to touch the mirror's surface, a sudden blast of energy knocked him back. He cried out, his body feeling as if it were on fire. The room spun, and he found himself on the ground, disoriented. "Julius, are you all right?" Marcus rushed to his side, helping him sit up. Julius nodded, his head spinning. I think so. What happened?" Marcus helped him to his feet, and together they turned back to the mirror. The surface now reflected a very different image. The mirror showed Julius as a woman. His features had softened, his skin had become smooth and flawless, and long, flowing hair framed his transformed face. His body had changed, too, becoming softer and more curvaceous, with full breasts and slender limbs. He was now dressed in a revealing silk robe, emphasizing his new feminine figure. My God, what sorcery is this? Julius's voice had changed as well, taking on a higher pitch. He reached up, touching his cheek, now smooth and delicate. Marcus stared, his mouth hanging open. I don't know. It seems the legends were true. The curse of Shalimar. This can't be happening. Julius backed away, his eyes wide with shock and denial. We need to find a way to reverse this. There must be an antidote, a counterspell. Marcus nodded, his face pale. We'll figure this out, Julius. Or should I say, Rosalie. That seems to be the name that suits your new form. Rosalie! Julius repeated, the name feeling foreign on his lips. Very funny, Marcus. Now help me find a way out of this mess. They began their search for a cure, exploring every inch of the temple, but to no avail. Days turned into weeks, and their supplies began to dwindle. Rosalie, still struggling to accept her new identity, grew frustrated and desperate. There has to be something we're missing, some hidden chamber or inscription that holds the key to reversing this curse. Rosalie's voice carried a mix of hope and despair as she ran her hands through her now long hair in frustration. Marcus remained steadfast, his voice calm and reassuring. "We'll keep looking, Rosalie. But in the meantime, we need to accept that this could be our new reality. We have to adapt and learn to survive in this environment." Rosalie sighed, knowing Marcus was right. "Very well. I suppose I'll have to get used to this. New me." As the days turned into weeks and then months, Rosalie embraced her feminine identity, learning to move with grace and poise. She adapted to her new body, discovering a sense of freedom and power in her transformed state. The once rugged adventurer now moved with the confidence of a born seductress, using her newfound charms to her advantage. "You know, Marcus, I never thought I'd say this, but there are benefits to my new form," Rosalie remarked one day as she practiced applying makeup, her once rough hands now deftly handling the cosmetics. "I move with more grace, and people are certainly more receptive to me." Marcus smiled, watching her transformation with a mix of fascination and amusement. "Indeed, Rosalie, you've become quite the femme fatale. Who would have thought the rugged Dr. Julius could ever be so enchanting?" Rosalie smirked, a mischievous glint in her eye. "Oh, shut up, Marcus. Hand me that lipstick, will you?" Their search for a cure continued, but it always seemed just out of reach. As they explored deeper into the temple, they discovered forgotten chambers and ancient texts, each offering hints and clues, but never a clear solution. This temple is like a maze, always revealing new secrets, but never giving up its greatest treasure, a way to break the curse. Rosalie's voice carried a hint of resignation as she pored over a faded scroll, her now delicate fingers tracing the ancient script. Marcus remained determined, his voice steady. "We'll keep searching, Rosalie. We can't give up now. There's still so much we don't understand about this place." Days turned into weeks, and their quest seemed never-ending. The temple held its secrets close, and the curse of Shalimar remained unbroken. Rosalie, once a man of action, now found herself embracing a new way of life, learning to use her feminine wiles to navigate the challenges that lay before her. "You know, Marcus, I'm starting to think this curse might not be so bad after all," Rosalie remarked one evening as she relaxed in their makeshift camp, her lithe body reclining gracefully. "I've gained a certain perspective that I never had before." Marcus raised an eyebrow, a playful smile on his face. "Oh? And what perspective is that, my dear Rosalie?" Rosalie sat up, her eyes sparkling with newfound wisdom. "Being a woman is liberating. I can use my charms to get what I want, and people underestimate me. It's rather empowering." Marcus laughed, a warm and genuine sound. "Well, my dear, you certainly make an enchanting woman. But let's not forget the ultimate goal, finding a way to lift the curse when the time is right." Rosalie smiled, a secretive look in her eye. "Of course, Marcus, dear. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the perks, shall we?" Their adventures continued, taking them deeper into the heart of the temple and the mysteries it held. Rosalie's newfound femininity became a tool, a weapon even, as she navigated the dangers that lurked within. Her transformation had not only changed her physically, but had also unlocked a reservoir of untapped power and potential. "This temple holds more secrets than we could have ever imagined, Marcus, and I have a feeling my connection to Shalimar runs deeper than we thought." Rosalie's voice was steady, her now feminine hands holding a glowing crystal they had discovered deep within the temple's depths. Marcus nodded, his eyes wide with wonder. "You may be right, Rosalie. This crystal seems to respond to your touch. It's as if it recognizes your connection to the goddess." As Rosalie held the crystal, she felt a surge of power course through her veins. Her eyes widened as she felt a strange sense of familiarity with the temple and its secrets. It was as if she had always been meant to be here in this very moment, embracing her new identity. I think I understand now. The curse was not meant to be a punishment, but a transformation, a gift." Rosalie's voice was filled with awe as she realized the true nature of her situation. "Shalimar chose me for a reason, and I must embrace this new path." Marcus listened, his face a mixture of wonder and concern. "Are you saying you want to remain this way, Rosalie? That you've accepted your life as a woman?" Rosalie nodded, her eyes shining with determination. "Yes, Marcus. I've come to embrace my new identity, and with it, I've unlocked powers I never knew existed. I am stronger, more confident, and ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead." Their quest took them to the very heart of the temple, where they discovered the true source of Shalimar's power. It was here, in this sacred chamber, that Rosalie's true destiny was revealed. "This is it, Marcus. I can feel it." Rosalie's voice trembled as she stepped into the chamber, the air crackling with energy. "This is where I discover my true potential." As they explored the chamber, they uncovered ancient texts that detailed the true nature of Shalimar's curse. It was not a random act of vengeance, but a test, a trial meant to bestow great power upon those who could embrace the transformative nature of the goddess. So, the curse was a trial, and those who pass become imbued with Shalimar power. Rosalie's eyes widened as she realized the true extent of her transformation. "No wonder I've felt such a strong connection to this place." Marcus nodded, his eyes shining with a mixture of pride and awe. "You were chosen, Rosalie, and now you must face the final trial to unlock the full extent of your new powers." The final trial presented itself, a daunting challenge that would test Rosalie's courage and resolve. She stood before an ancient door, its surface etched with intricate symbols, the gateway to her final test. "This is it, Marcus. I can feel it in my bones." Rosalie's voice shook slightly, a mix of excitement and fear as she faced the final obstacle. "Beyond this door lies my destiny." Marcus stood beside her, his voice steady and encouraging. "You're ready for this, Rosalie. Embrace the power of Shalimar and step through that door with confidence." Rosalie took a deep breath, steeling herself for what lay ahead. With a final nod, she placed her hand on the door, feeling a surge of energy as the symbols began to glow. The door swung open, revealing a dazzling array of lights and colors beyond. The final trial unfolded, a test of both body and mind. Rosalie faced challenges that pushed her to the limit, but with each obstacle, she grew stronger, her connection to Shalimar becoming more profound. "I can feel her presence, Marcus. Shalimar is guiding me, showing me the way." Rosalie's voice was filled with determination as she navigated an intricate maze of laser-like beams, her movements graceful and precise. "The power coursing through me is incredible." Marcus watched on, his heart racing as he witnessed Rosalie's transformation. "You're becoming one with the goddess, Rosalie. This is your true destiny." As Rosalie confronted the final obstacle, a sense of peace washed over her. She had come to terms with her new identity, and now she understood the true gift that Shalimar had bestowed upon her. "I am ready, Marcus. Whatever lies ahead, I embrace it." Rosalie's voice was steady as she stepped into a mystical portal, the final hurdle in her journey. What awaited her was a vision, a revelation of her true self. Rosalie saw beyond the physical changes and understood the deeper meaning of her transformation. Shalimar had chosen her to be a guardian, a protector of ancient knowledge, and a force for good in a world that desperately needed it. I understand now, Marcus. The curse was a blessing in disguise. Rosalie's voice was filled with wonder as she stepped out of the portal, her eyes shining with newfound wisdom. I am Shalimar's chosen, and with her power I can make a real difference in the world. Marcus smiled, his heart filled with pride and admiration. You are indeed chosen, Rosalie, and from this day forward, you will be a force to be reckoned with. Their journey had come to an end, but it was also a new beginning. Rosalie, once known as Julius, had embraced her feminine identity and, in doing so, had unlocked powers beyond her wildest dreams. The ancient temple had revealed its secrets, and now she was ready to face whatever the future held. We've done it, Marcus. The temple has revealed its mysteries, and I am forever changed. Rosalie's voice was steady, her eyes reflecting the confidence and strength she had gained. Now, let us return to the world and show them the true power of a woman. Marcus smiled, his heart full, as he followed Rosalie out of the ancient temple. Indeed, my friend, the world has never seen a woman like you, and they are not prepared for the force of nature you've become. And so, Rosalie, the transformed explorer, ventured back into the world, her journey forever etched in her memory. The ancient temple, the curse of Shalimar, and her incredible transformation would stay with her forever, a constant reminder of the power that lay within. What an adventure it's been, Marcus. I can't wait to see what the future holds. Rosalie's voice held a hint of excitement as she gazed into the horizon, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. Let's go make our mark on the world.
Thanks for watching, my girlies! Be sure to check out Patreon for more!